Now, the reason I've come here to talk about maths is not just because I like maths, but because what I'm setting out today is a fundamental part of how we need to change our country for the future. Now, one of my 5 priorities is economic growth. And if we are going to grow our economy, not just over the next 2 years, but the next 20, we simply cannot allow poor numeracy to cost our economy tens of billions a year, or to leave people twice as likely to be unemployed as those with competent numeracy. So we have to fundamentally change our education system so it gives our young people the knowledge and skills they need and that our businesses need to compete with the best in the world to lead. Now, in the last decade or so, we've gone up 10 places in the international league tables, and maths has become the most popular of all A-levels. But it's still the case that the UK is one of the least numeric countries in the developed world. More than 8 million adults have numeracy skills below those expected of a 9-year-old. And around a third of our young people don't pass maths GCSE. Now, it's not that we're not just good enough at maths. There's a cultural issue here too. I'll be honest. When my 2 young daughters first heard me talk about them doing more maths, they weren't too excited. And that's just it. We make jokes about not being able to do maths. It's socially acceptable. We say things like, oh, maths, I can't do that, it's not for me, and everyone laughs. But we'd never make a joke like that about not being able to read. So we've got to change this anti-maths mindset. We've got to start prizing numeracy for what it is, a key skill every bit as essential as reading. So my campaign to transform our national approach to maths is not some nice to have. It's about changing how we value maths in our country and changing the way our education system works to deliver it so that all our children get these vital skills for life. Now, parents and teachers listening to this will want to know what that means for our children today. So let me tell you. We're in the process of making maths more accessible, building our children's confidence so that they don't fear maths. We're creating more sector-specific content that can excite young people about the relevance of maths for the careers that they aspire to help teachers bring maths to life in the classroom, from building sets for school plays to calculating the angles of free kicks or the speed of a Formula One car. We're extending our maths hubs, unique partnerships of expert schools that support maths teaching, and we're strengthening maths in primary schools, including with a new, fully funded professional qualification for those that are teaching it. But we also need to address a very specific problem that's causing us to fall behind the rest of the world. We're one of the few developed countries where young people don't routinely study some form of maths up to the age of 18. They do it in Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Finland, Japan, Norway, and America. Why should we accept any less for our children? Of course we shouldn't. That's why I set out in January that we're going to change the way our system works, so that everyone in our country will study some form of maths all the way to 18.